We all have our comfort desserts, the after-dinner treats that we've embraced for as long as we can remember. But how about trying some new favorites? Maybe it's time to mix up your sweet selection. Check out some of these little-known desserts the next time you're craving a sugar fix. According to the Schenectady Daily Gazette, bread pudding has been a hearty comfort food since the Middle Ages. Today, bread pudding's endless possible variations have become so ubiquitous, it's hard to believe anyone could do something new with it. Leave it to recipe developer Kate Shungu, who has a passion for creating novel variations on vintage recipes. Her recipe for cherry pecan bread pudding with the caramel sauce is surprisingly easy to prepare, goes incredibly with vanilla ice cream, and transitions to brunch with ease.
What are we gonna do with our day?
According to What's Cooking America, Black Forest cake is presumably named for Germany's Black Forest region, where cherries and cherry brandy are key components of the local cuisine. If you're of a certain age, you actually may already be familiar with Black Forest cake, which often appeared beside mile-high cream pie's diner dessert display cases in the mid-20th century. If not, take it from us. It's worth discovering this whipped cream frosted cake version of the chocolate-covered cherry delight. As an ice cream flavor, strawberry has always lagged behind chocolate and vanilla in terms of popularity, according to YouGov. As a pie flavor, it's almost never seen without rhubarb or other berries. As a cake, it's almost never seen at all. One notable exception, however, is this fresh strawberries and sour cream cake. It's a natural for summer's fresh strawberry abundance, but it works equally well with frozen strawberries, as long as the strawberries were super ripe when frozen. Banana pudding is a southern classic, the name of which can be a little misleading. Yes, it's got bananas, but also much more. The pudding is classically custard, and it also includes Nilla wafers, which, on their own, are some of the lamest cookies you can buy at the grocery store. But when you put those Nillas together with sweetened condensed milk, cream cheese, and banana-flavored pudding mix, it all finally starts to make sense. Bananas sure do grow up fast. They go from green to ripe to overripe in no time at all. But you know what a banana is never too ripe for? This moist and tender, deeply banana-flavored cream cheese frosted banana cake. If you've got 4 ripe or even overripe bananas, even some you stored away in your freezer, you could be just an hour away from a dessert you never knew existed, and which you never knew you needed until now. One of the untold truths about Nutella is that if you don't find a way to bake with it, you're just going to end up eating it anyway, maybe even right out of the jar. In that sense, couldn't it be said that baking with Nutella is the healthy choice? Even more so when you're combining it with a rich source of protein. In this case, the 2 eggs in this nothing short of miraculous 3-ingredient brownie recipe. These 3-ingredient Nutella cookies are a perfect example of what a difference a single egg can make. While the Nutella brownies use 2 eggs, these cookies use just 1. And that's pretty much the whole difference. Except also, the cookies take only half as long as the brownies to bake. With the extra 12 or so minutes that you save, feel free to prep small scoops of vanilla ice cream for smooshing between the cookies after they cool. Nutella and cookie butter are among the better-known dessert spreads. There's also the cinnamon bun spread Trader Joe's debuted in the fall of 2020. But there is another dessert spread that we think everyone should be talking about, lemon curd. It's creamy and smooth like a dessert spread should be, but instead of relying on non-stop sweetness, it boasts the tang of lemon. The recipe for lemon curd you can find in the description for this video is not only truly spectacular, it's also unexpectedly easy. No-bake desserts are a revelation, especially in the summer months when nobody wants to stand around a hot oven.
It's too hot in here.
But what about those times when you're craving a Christmassy, wintry dessert, but just can't bring yourself to bake? That's where this no-bake peppermint pie comes in. Wonderfully simple, it will make you look like a baking star. But with the knowledge that you only use 7 ingredients and never open the oven, it will make the experience so much sweeter. Anna Pavlova was the first ballerina to tour around the world, according to biography, and she's who this light and airy meringue-based dessert is named for. Baked in an oven set to a low 250 degrees Fahrenheit and allowed to cool in place for at least as long, a pavlova is lightly toasted on the outside and incomparably tender inside. It's traditionally topped with fruit and cream, but you can feel free to get as creative as you want. Ambrosia was the food of the mythical Greek gods, but the American South has its own version. Southerners may actually have heard of ambrosia, but if you're younger than a certain age, you may not know what it is. It's a creamy, tangy take on fruit salad that traditionally includes tropical fruits such as pineapple, mandarin oranges, and shredded coconut. The tang comes from sour cream, and you can find the recipe in the video description. You may have heard of Sopapillas if you're from New Mexico. The state's Department of Cultural Affairs claims that it's the place of origin for this cruller-like dessert that many incorrectly assume is Mexican. If you haven't, it's high time you tried these fluffy, deep-fried pastries, often dusted with cinnamon and sugar. Sopapillas can be served at any temperature, but we say they're at their best when they're fresh out of the deep fryer and topped with honey or pure maple syrup. Check out the description below to find recipes for all these delicious dishes. And even more MASH recipe videos are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.